everyone. Let me start with a simple question. Have you ever felt tired without really knowing why? Not the kind of tired that comes after a sports practice or exams. I mean mentally tired. The kind where even after finishing your homework, your mind still feels busy. Like your body is resting, but your thoughts are still running. And honestly, I think a lot of teenagers feel this today. Human beings have evolved faster in the last 20 years than in most of modern history. We created smarter technology, faster communication, artificial intelligence, a world where almost everything is available instantly. And yet, despite becoming more connected than ever before, many people have never felt more mentally exhausted. When we hear the word evolution, we usually think about progress. We think about technology becoming smarter, cities becoming faster, people becoming more advanced. And in many ways, humanity truly has evolved. We can communicate instantly across continents. We carry the world in our pockets through our phones. Artificial intelligence can answer questions in seconds. Everything today is faster, smarter, and more connected than ever before. But somewhere in the middle of all this evolution, I think many people quietly stopped feeling present in their own lives. Let me ask you something differently. Have you ever sat down to rest but couldn't feel at peace? Your body is still, but your mind feels crowded. Thoughts, worries, plans, all at once. Not tired in the usual way, but mentally overwhelmed. And I believe others experience this today. Students feel rushed, teachers feel rushed, even children seem rushed now. We rush to finish assignments, rush to reply to messages, rush to figure out, and some doing all this, we still feel like we are falling behind, which is strange because this generation has more convenience than any generation before. So, why does life still feel so fast? I think modern life does not just move fast physically, it keeps people mentally rushed. As technology evolved to save time, human beings somehow ended up feeling like they have even less of it. A few months ago, during a family function, I noticed something strange. A group of cousins were sitting together, people who hadn't met in months. But within minutes, almost everyone was on their phones. Someone was scrolling reels, someone was replying to snaps, someone was watching videos. And even while sitting together, nobody was truly present. And honestly, that moment felt strangely emotional to me because physically everybody was there, but mentally everyone was somewhere else. And suddenly I realized something. Our generation is probably the most digitally connected generation in history, yet many people have never felt more emotionally disconnected. The average teenager today processes more information in one day than people earlier experienced in weeks. Before even getting out of bed, many students already check notifications, messages, Instagram, WhatsApp, emails, school updates. And the day hasn't even probably started yet. Honestly, some of us get stressed before we even brush our teeth. The brain barely gets silence anymore. Earlier, boredom used to exist. And honestly, boredom was probably more healthier than we thought because boredom gave people space. Space to think, space to imagine, space to dream, space to understand themselves. But now, every free second gets filled. Waiting for class, open the phone. Traveling, watch reels. Studying, notifications appear every few. Sometimes we unlock our phones and forget why we opened them in the first place. Even before sleeping, most people say, just one more video, and suddenly 1 hour disappears. And feels rushed. The brain never truly pauses. But technology alone is not the problem. I think the bigger issue is pressure. Teenagers today grow up feeling like they must achieve everything quickly. At 16, someone is already famous online. At 17, someone started a business. At 18, someone is traveling the world. And while watching all this, students quietly begin feeling late in life, even before life has probably begun. Social media created invisible competitions. Earlier, people mostly compared themselves with classmates or neighbors. But today, people compare themselves with millions of people every single day. And comparison creates urgency. Suddenly, life starts feeling like a race. Marks become competition, looks become competition, even happiness sometimes feels competitive. And honestly, I think many students are not exhausted because of studies, but because their mind never gets rest. Even while relaxing, many students feel guilty. You sit down to rest. Your brain says, you should be studying, you should be improving, you're wasting time. And after some time, people forget how to relax peacefully. We evolved to become constantly available, but forgot how to emotionally recover. We evolve to become more productive, but not necessarily more peaceful. And I think one of the saddest things about modern evolution is this: people are slowly forgetting how to enjoy small moments. Sometimes friends meet, but everyone is on their phones. People visit beautiful places, but instead of feeling the moment, they rush to capture it. We don't fully enjoy sunset anymore. We don't sit quietly with nature. We don't pause enough to truly feel life happening. Instead, we record everything, but experience very little. Students work so hard for the future that they forget to experience their present. And honestly, that scares me sometimes, because what if humanity keeps evolving technologically and slowly disconnecting emotionally? And I'm not saying evolution is bad. Growth is beautiful. Technology is powerful. Ambition matters. Dreams matter. This is not a speech against progress. It is simply a reminder that evolution should not only happen outside us, but inside us too. Because real evolution is not just faster phones, smarter systems, or artificial intelligence. Maybe real evolution is learning how to stay human in a world that constantly demands speed. Learning how to pause, learning how to listen, learning how to rest without guilt, learning how to be present again. Human beings are not machines. Even machines overheat when they run constantly. And teenagers today are constantly running mentally. School pressure, social pressure, future pressure, comparison, expectations, fear of failure. Sometimes it feels like we are expected to have our entire life figured out before adulthood even begins. But maybe life was never supposed to move this fast. Maybe humans were meant to live with rhythm: time to work, time to grow, time to rest, time to simply exist. Because some of the best moments in life are not productive moments, they are human moments. Laughing uncontrollably with friends, talking with family late at night, watching rain from a classroom window, a peaceful evening without notifications. Moments where life feels real instead of reels. And maybe slowing down does not mean falling behind. Maybe slowing down simply means becoming present again. Present while listening, present while studying, present while talking, present while living. Because one day, marks will become memories, notifications will disappear, trends will change, but the moments where we truly felt alive, those stays with us forever. So, maybe the future of humanity should not only be about evolving faster, maybe it should be about evolving wiser, evolving emotionally, evolving mentally, learning how to succeed without losing ourselves in the process. Because perhaps the greatest evolution of all is learning how to stay human in a rapidly changing world. Thank you.